So for those of you who don't know, J-Dub is married and his wife is of another race. So I was gonna ask you if there was any problems when forming this relationship that you had to go through as like being a black man trying to date somebody of another race.
Yes. It's one of the things, like in public, you get weird looks from almost every race on each side. It's just, people are some weird and stuck in their ways from you just know how it is.
So today we're gonna be reacting to a video called "The Truth About Interracial Dating" by Antonio Speaks, where he expands on this topic and tries to give us some insight about what it's like to be dating somebody of another race. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video.
Interracial dating. Now, at one point in time in American history, this was not legal to do so. In fact, it was only 50 years ago. June 12, 1967, interracial marriage was legalized by the Supreme Court decision in Loving versus Virginia. Now, in 2025, we see interracial couples on a daily. Hispanic and blacks together, Asian and whites together, but the most common and the one we're going to be highlighting in today's video, black and white relationships. Now, I want to say this first and foremost: love who you love, but keywords, love. I feel like most of these interracial relationships, especially the black and white ones, are founded off of fetish, man.
You got it?
Fetishes. God damn. And this is just something that has always happened in history. The hypersexualization of black men and women.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you say you like black men, but the only thing you like about them is the stereotype of a BBC, you do not like them. You fetishize them.
You ever seen that before?
Yes. Especially in college. Oh my God, it was crazy in college.
Yeah, I've seen that online all throughout because like people will be like, yeah, it's a,
Say it, nigga, spit it out.
I was trying to think of a better word, but there's no other word than fetish. It literally is a fetish.
I would say it turns to more of an obsession. It's like one of those things like you have one time and now you're obsessed with it. Like you don't want nothing but that.
Well, yeah, I believe that obsession and fetish are like hand in hand. You kind of gotta have obsession with something to have a fetish or something. So I see what you mean.
If you say you like black women, but the only thing you like about us is the stereotype of a big butt, you do not like us. You fetishize us.
Let me tell you everything I like about black women, man. Hold on. They beautiful face, beautiful lips, beautiful brown skin, beautiful black hair. Most of them have black hair. Beautiful brown eyes that glisten in the sun, man. Shut the hell up.
He talking about his girls.
We are people. We are not sex objects. We have thoughts, feelings, emotions, great conversation. We are not here for your sexual enjoyment.
We're going to start this video off by talking about the black man and white woman combo. A lot of the times when these white women get with black men, it's either for three reasons. It's the fetish aspect, the rebellion aspect, or true love.
Hey guys, today I'm here with
Riley
and
Talia.
okay guys, the question today is why do you guys love black guys?
Oh, BBC.
Once you go black, you never go back.
What
This was
the
just
hell
a
am I
saying to
watching?
me until I experienced it.
Them
myself
the
firsthand.
party buddies.
I think that the black man and the white woman just liked each other. Y'all want to know why we like y'all's black men? Because they not y'all's black men. They're not. You don't know shit. Way back in the day, since we gotta go way back there. You know how we were separated and there was some still sneaky stuff going on, right? But as things evolved, got better.
Back up.
We started to mingle together, and that made a lot of us white and black folk happy. It did. And then we got to mingle together even more, and I think that the black man and the white woman just liked each other.
Now I want to get into the rebellious aspect. Most of these white men do not want their daughters talking to black men. And if you're a white person, I'm pretty sure we know those conversations y'all parents have had with y'all. Now a lot of white kids get into that rebellious phase in their life. 16, 17, 18, they don't want to listen to their parents. And to give them the middle finger, they go find them a black person to talk to.
I've heard a story like that by a close friend, I'm not gonna lie. Like he was like, yo, this girl, I was liking her, man. She's white. She was liking me. Her dad found out and told her, you cannot bring that dude in my house. And she just essentially had to ghost him. They ended up talking again, but it was after they had both became like adults and were able to like move independently of their people. So that was the only way they made that work. But like, bro, like that's crazy how like somebody can just be that prejudiced, that against it. It's just nasty, especially in this day and age. Like there's really no difference between us. Like it's just weird, man. I don't understand it nowadays. It's stupid.
It's all taught. It's never like you'll never form. I think if you actually live life and love everybody, you'll never form their own opinion on yourself. You can only be taught that from a young age.
The thing is, like, I don't want to touch too much on racism in this video, but the way I see it, I've never met a smart racist. I've never met an intelligent racist, somebody who actually had good head on his shoulders, was properly educated, and also racist. That's two contradictory statements, because if you get to a certain intellect level, you realize that race is something you can't control, and who you are as a person is honestly what matters. And that's why when I got to college, like, a lot of that racism stuff, like, that you feel off teachers and stuff, that went away when you got to a certain level of professor and whatnot, because they all understand that that stuff's trivial. And then the people who are smart and do believe in racism, they only believe in it as a weapon, as a powering force, as a dividing mechanism. Like, people who are super empowered will use the concept of race to try to divide people. I've seen that 1,000 times. We see that every day on the news. Every damn day on the news. But that's all I'm gonna leave it right there when it comes to racism. We gonna get back to the video.
Where things get rocky, because say she gets pregnant, there's no connection, there is no understanding of each other's culture. So this is where we get into the topic of biracial with the white mom. This topic was trending on TikTok lately, and it was just stating how you could tell the difference between a biracial kid with a black mom versus a white mom.
Whether or not you other half-breeds want to digest it and understand.
Yes, right now, go. She's light skinned. Black dad or black mom?
Black mom.
All right, bet.
Black mom and let her put
Understand
that
it
in between
and
her
take
nose.
accountability for it is the fact that having a white mom is different than having a black mom, socially and psychologically. When people say that mixed kids with black moms are different than mixed kids with white moms, they're talking about the fact that mixed kids with black moms typically tend to not grow up to be coons and colorists.
Racist white people raise a daughter. That daughter decides to then become rebellious. But what does she do as an act of rebellion? She goes and sits on top of a black pen. The issue is she then makes a baby. But before the baby gets here, she has not done the work to get rid of the inherent racism that she has inside of herself.
No, but can we talk about how us biracial folks, that's me, with white moms can be the most problematic, because a lot of times our white mothers will expect us to take on identities that reflect their own, because the sacrifice of motherhood is so severe that they kind of want their biracial black presenting children to reflect their white experience.
It's like I didn't fit in with nobody. I was constantly fighting. So
did your mother have those conversations with you about how to fit in with black boys?
She didn't know how to.
That's my fucking point.
So, but I didn't listen to her. My mom, it was my mama's only response to everything is y'all better stick together. If your brother fight, you better fight. So we're constantly fighting, and then I'm getting my ass whooped because I'm fighting. But mama, you told me don't let him talk to me like that. He called me white. I'm not white. Well, you are. No, the I'm not. The little white kid called me a nasty name or whatever.
That's another problem. A lot of people just don't understand that race isn't a personality. But lo and behold, race is a personality to most people. Like, I could be the blackest looking person physically, but if I talk proper, if I don't move and I dress a certain way, they go call me white. Why? Because they don't see white as a color. They don't see white as a race. They see it as a personality type. Because they're going to do either one or two things. If I act that way, they're going to either call me white or they're going to call me a coon. There's no in between. Because I don't know why black people just have this fascination with personalities being based in struggle, being improper, being delinquents. Like, it's just dumb. At the end of the day, we all live in this melting pot of the United States, or at least most people watch this video probably are. But for that to be your driving force just because I didn't live on that side of the street, or because I wasn't raised with that verbiage, because I live a different way than you, in a way that seems in your mind different, because the only way you see that being taught is on TV on Disney Channel. So I'm talking like them, and you just see me as different, and all of a sudden I'm not other people, I'm not the cause, I'm not black. I've seen that too many times. I've been called, you act white, you sound white, oh my god, on the game I thought you was white. I've seen that all the time, just because of the way I talk, just because of the way I present myself. It's insane.
And just even in America, going by the traditional household, the man is out working and the woman is home taking care of the kid. The white mom, she has her white mother. Her white mother has a white man. So it's like she's just going to instinctively go by the white standards. A lot of these black men that go for these white women, they kind of suppress their blackness to cater to her. Some of the times the black men actually want that. They want to distance themselves from their blackness. So like I said, the whole foundation is just bad. Speaking of black men, let's talk about why they go after white women. The fetish aspect.
Wait, don't that kind of sound like white is wrong, black is right? Is that not how that came off a little bit?
I think that's where he going. I'm not gonna lie.
That was kind of weird right there.
I think that's where he going.
I don't know, man. That was odd. That was odd.
Wait, go back.
A lot of these black men that go for these white women, they kind of suppress their blackness to cater to her. Some of the times the black men actually want that. They want to distance themselves from their blackness. So like I said, the whole foundation is just bad.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. It's not wanting to get away from your blackness. It's more of a when you first get with somebody that's a different race, it's gonna be a culture shock. But sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it balances each other out. Like you have this culture, you have this culture, you put it together. You ever seen like a Mexican person and a black person together?
No.
Like you have a black person can't speak a lick of Spanish. And you have a Spanish person, they cook good food. Black people cook good food. You put them together, and they having a party. They dance to the music, and they just having a blast.
Right.
That's what's meant to be. And the people come together. You know what I'm saying? Even though they have different type of cultures, they can still be together, and you can build a foundation. But thing is, my foundation ain't built off racial culture. It's not built off of white culture. Not built off of black culture. But I would say I got a strong foundation because of how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? I want to raise my kids the right way to be good citizens. If they want to be athletes, they be athletes, but I just know what we're building is a good foundation.
Yeah, so I find it just a little bit strange that a child could be mixed, and because of them being raised by the white side, quote unquote the white side, then the foundation is messed up, is wrong. I don't really like that point. And if that was not what he was trying to say, he executed the point very wrong. Very fucking wrong.
At the end of the day, I think the foundation comes from the father. Anyway, how I was taught growing up, father is the head of the household. You have father, mother, and then you have kids. Father is responsible for the foundation. Now, if he's not setting a good foundation and they end up like that, that's his fault.
Yeah, I just don't like the implication, but because the foundation is based in whiteness, that is wrong. I don't really see that as an issue, because let it be the other way around. Black mom, white dad, and the dad is setting the foundation in whiteness to a mixed child. Then what is there to be said then? I just don't like how you put that. I don't.
Speaking of black men, let's talk about why they go after white women. The fetish aspect, white women are perceived to be quiet, feminine, non-aggressive, and things of that nature.
Black women gonna eventually leave you. At some point, they'll leave you. Some white girls ain't going nowhere. It's the 8th time, Ben.
Damn it. Look at me.
Bitch, get back in that house. Get back in that house. I told you I went to the store.
You like white girls?
I love white girls. White girls are feminine, they're caring, they come in different hair colors, different eye colors. They have their own unique touch to them.
Number 2, they are self-hating. They don't like themselves.
What would you say you're looking for in a real one?
This right here, man. Snow bunnies.
Oh, you like the white women?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's why you're here, and I'm happy to have you here. Now, let's go for this. In relationships, there are heartbreakers, deal breakers, red flags. What's something you wouldn't tolerate in a relationship?
I don't date black women.
God damn it. I'ma just say it. That nigga's probably dumb. He's probably not that intelligent. Because I kid you not. Intelligence and racism don't mix. Unless you're using it for power or a method of control. Intelligence and racism don't mix. So if you are a level of prejudice and racist that pass that line, I just don't believe in your intellect at all as a person. So I genuinely believe this guy's stupid. To a certain extent, I believe he's stupid. Because to just sit there and put a blanket on an entire skin tone and an entire race is kind of crazy. Like, for example, my girl, she grew up being told that she sound white, she talk white, she has a lot of white friends. But and that has made her insecure about certain things. But to people like him, those type of girls don't exist. If you're black, you already have a personality coded into you, printed out onto your DNA when you're born. You already I don't even remember the 60 Red song. Something van lights working on them headlights. That's your personality.
Nigga, that is Glorilla. Hoes hate sexy when they wake up in the morning and sexy ride for and unturned up. That's fire.
So yeah, I just don't give grace to people who move and think like this. It's just stupid.
I'm yeah, I've never been one of those people to limit myself to one culture, one type of race. I've been open to all races, and I think that's how everybody should be. But if you like black, you like white, it's your preference, man. I'm not gonna be mad at your preference.
But I just don't like that the preference is based in a blanketed thought of this is how they're all gonna act. Because that's really what most of them are based in. Some of them are just, I prefer a white woman over a black woman. Why? And then once you ask why, then that's when you start to get to the problem. Because overall things a person's personality, their background, their culture, how they treat you, how they treat others, all of that should be above their skin tone. Because at the end of the day, they never got to choose that. So I just think it's dumb. I really do.
What's something you wouldn't tolerate in a relationship?
I don't date black women.
Well, okay, that doesn't have anything to do with a deal breaker. So can you focus on qualities,
on,
not
zero
color,
pressure.
but qualities you don't like?
Okay, well, I don't like a loud woman.
Okay.
White women are quiet. Black women
Please
are
pop
loud.
your balloon.
So give me a quality. So you don't like loud.
Yes.
You want a submissive woman.
Yes.
You have one more.
Yes.
Without color.
I like nice hair when I could rub my fingers through it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
White women, hair silky.
Oh my
Black
God.
women, nappy wigs falling all off at the club. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Like, this man got echo
They're
pants
doing it
on.
out of spite to black women because they don't like black women and they want to show them that, hey, I got a white woman.
Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot. I'm listening. Because you lot don't like to fish up and listen. I'm listening. I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place. And when you get
place?
your place.
Which
and when you
place?
get put in your place,
That's a
you think
crazy
you got
thing to
talk like
say.
a man.
That's why they were
You're not
cheating
man.
on you then.
You're not men.
That's why they were
Watch
cheating
this.
on you.
Stay in
Yeah,
your
that's why they
place.
cheated on you multiple
Black women.
times.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I know.
you
And
put
that's
no one
why
in
I'm
their
never
place.
going to be in your
That's
proper
why you
ever
have to
again.
dip out the pool.
I'm not
I can't
black
take a
women
British
don't
man
like to
seriously,
get put
bruh.
in your place.
Because they can't get their voices deep at all.
Apologies where?
Apologies.
Oh, wait, you just, wait. Did she just shoot? Did she just shoot?
What kind of
Did she just shoot? Go, where's your hair?
Another thing that we could talk about is it seems like some of the most successful black men go for white women or women of other races. I won't necessarily say this to be true, as I'm gonna put some stats up on the screen, but majority of men that make over 100K in the black community talk to other black women. I will say that I do see a rise of athletes and college players that do talk to black women as black men. But I think we can break this down into very simple terms. Most of these D1 schools are predominantly white. Most of the women that they're interacting with are white women, and 9 times out of 10 they're not going to be talking to their high school girlfriends, so they gonna play in that snow. And my only concern with this is that these NBA players, football players, they're receiving life-changing money, generational wealth. So it's like instead of keeping all of that money intact and going into the black community, they're just giving it right back. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, bro, what are you? I'm sorry.
This is a nasty video.
I don't want to insult him as a person.
This is a nasty ass video, dude.
I don't want to insult him as a person, but like, gang, I'm pretty sure when somebody is going to date somebody, they're dating them for who they are as a person. Because you can have a preference for white women all you want. If that girl gets on your nerves, that girl gets on your nerves. If you want to leave that relationship, you will leave that relationship. Especially if you a NBA player making millions of dollars and it's just women getting thrown at your window like it's a goddamn parade. At that level, you understand that, yeah, women are gonna come left and right, but who's gonna be that one person that's six for me? And just because on social media you're seeing, oh, this ex-NBA player has a white woman, this NFL player has a white woman, like, you saw the data, 83% is black on black, and then to try to kind of curate it as if it's like you taking all that generational wealth and you're putting it back in the white man's hand. That is such a nasty provocative, because even if he does have a white family, on one half, his half is still black. It's still being poured into his community, regardless of who he's dating. It's just that's such a nasty perspective to have about it. That's a nasty way of thinking, bro. And I ain't gonna, that just pissed me off. That just pissed me off.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things, like, it's not really off like preference, but like, you know, like with a lot of football players and a lot of athletes, it's like, who really gonna stay down for me until I get up? And so it don't matter if you're black or white. Like, if you're with the athlete and the athlete loves you and you stay down with him until he's come up, of course he's gonna share his wealth with you when he gets up. Been here since he was at the bottom. Now, I know another topic, like, a lot of people think white women get with black men athletes just to get their money, but you can also say this for both races. You can look at the situation with Xavier Worthy. This man, I think he's dating that girl for years. Black woman, nice looking black woman. He's out at training camp, catches her cheating, tells her she has to get out, pulls this man's hair out. And I'm talking about the rock. The rock on her finger was huge, more than you could ever want. But if you don't have the mindset to actually want to be a wife and you still want to be outside, and it goes for both races, because like, if you still want to go out and party and like do what you want to do, they're eventually gonna do what they want to do. And it happens. Sometimes they split, and then you have to split your wealth, or sometimes you're smart and you have everything in your mom's name. It's things that happen. They're unavoidable. You won't know until you know if somebody's actually being real with you. And that goes for both sides.
I use the Patrick Mahomes theory. Patrick Mahomes' dad, dark-skinned man, get with a white woman, then create athletic kids, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Very fair-skinned man gets with white woman, Boom. And then now look at his kids. His kids look completely white. And what are those kids more likely to align themselves with? Other white people. And so now we just took away our talent in millions of generational millions and gave it back to the white community.
Now let's move on to the white man, black woman combo. Like I stated with the biracial.
Because at the end of the day, them kids still gonna have black genes. They still gonna be black. Whatever, because Patrick Mahomes is black. His kids gonna be black. Like, ain't nobody ever gonna have offense to that. Because you gonna look at them record books and they gonna say Patrick Mahomes is this black quarterback. He's the first black quarterback to do this and this and this. But just because you don't like his skin pigmentation because you know his mom white, never mind. I don't want to get into that because people get angry about that.
Now let's move on to the white man, black woman combo. Like I stated with the biracial mom, contrary to that, a white man will embrace the woman's blackness. Her blackness is probably what attracted him to her. So a lot of the times the white man ends up like consuming that energy, and that is why the black girlfriend effect has been trending on TikTok.
What changed?
Shit, they got a haircut.
All right, we got living proof that the black wife effect is real. Travis Kelce, before, when he used to date black girls, apparently. Travis Kelce now, he dates Taylor Swift. He looked like he went from smelling like Creed to smelling like rich mahogany. He looks like the type of guy that might sit his nieces and nephews on his lap and tell them a story before bed. He looks like the type of guy that smokes a pipe. And
I'm not taking no Travis slander on my
Magnum
granny.
PI vibes. I'm getting Magnum PI vibes, guys.
It's funny because it's like just an ordinary white dude and then he just turns into a swagged out, cool looking guy. This was just a quick video that I wanted to break down about interracial couples, specifically black and white.
That was a good video. Even though there was a lot of points in there I didn't really agree with because a lot of them were based in like blanketed prejudice. I do think it was a good video.
I mean, I think this video it catered more to black women, or say people who are pro-black in general. Like, I don't want to be one of those people, but like, it's just making it. There were no good points about it at all, or there's nothing. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, because I feel like it's a bigger topic that should be covered when it comes to interracial dating, and it's like those barriers, those culture shocks, those when you get into the relationship, having to deal with their culture, their prejudice, their biases, trying to maneuver that when you're trying to be with the partner that you believe that is going to be your wife one day, and vice versa. That person has to come into the black side, and then they have to go with the culture shock, and that had to deal with their black prejudice and their black biases, and you have to try to figure that. Like, that's a bigger topic that needs more attention than just, oh my god, a millionaire dated white woman, now the money's going back to them. Like, bro, like there's so many other things that we could be talking about, but we just make it some kind of like race battle. It's just weird.
But that's what trends. The shade room, the shit, all those messy places, the shade room, TMZ, all that. When it's a white woman and a black man, they post it, they put on social media so people can argue about it. They get in these voice chats, they argue about it. TikTok Live, they argue about it. There's nothing really to argue over. It's a man and a woman together. No matter the race, no matter the culture, no matter if you don't like them, they with them, and you can't do nothing about it. Well, you can't do it. I can't do nothing about it. If I see an interracial couple that I don't like, or I think they not good for each other, there's nothing I can do about it. That's their life. But at the end of the day, like, we just gotta try to be happy for one another, and that's something we'll never do because I just think now. I think culture is a big problem, and culture causes division because you don't want these people to be involved, but you'll let some of them people be involved, but they're not gonna let you be involved, so you don't want to be involved, so you made your own thing and they made their own thing, and it just further and further apart. But yeah, that's something we all gotta work on as people with just the culture shock.
But all right, guys, it's gonna be the end of today's video. What do you think? How much of a factor does race play when you go into dating? Let us know in the comment section below. This has been another episode of the Afterthought Duo. I have been T-Bane. This has been my co-host J-Dub, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.